Blocked by Hayes. Now the ball pops loose, and Maple Grove's going to have it. Right out in front, they score.
Welcome to a special edition of Sports Jam. I'm John Jacobson.
And I'm Jay Wilcox. As we get ready for spring sports, we're taking a look back at some of our favorite spotlight stories from the winter season. The Maranatha Christian Academy girls basketball team continued a string of trips to the state Class A tournament, making it 7 in a row. At midseason, we caught up with two sisters who led the charge for the Mustangs. They're a pretty dynamic duo for the Maranatha Christian Academy Mustangs. 5'7" senior point guard Alaina Jarnot and her little sister, in age but not height, 6-foot sophomore Jaclyn, are tough to stop.
She's like really fast, and I could just like, I know like how she plays, so like I can like, I know like the passes she can make, so I could just like make the cuts and I like can catch them. So she is really good underneath, and she can like catch any pass I throw, and she's a really good shooter. I would say she can do it all, basically. She can dribble, she can shoot, she can play underneath, she got the height, so she can basically do it all, and I love playing with her.
It's noticeable to others within the team. The Jarnots have a sixth sense on where the other will be on the court.
It's crazy how good they see each other on the court and how they really kind of like mend the team together because they're like the different ages, so it's really easy to like intermingle with them, and they definitely see the court.
Both are great players, but their differences also make for a good pairing.
Alaina is our little speedy guard that will hit anybody in stride. Love that she can throw a pass from block to block. I mean, we can run out, and she throws passes that one-handed passes zip all over the court that normally we'd be saying no to, but Alaina can make those plays. Where Jaclyn is that player that will silently score 20 points on you, pick up 12 rebounds, and then you'll notice she had 5-6 steals and just is active all over the court. But it is completely different style.
They say they don't go head-to-head much in the driveway anymore, but Jaclyn has an idea of how it would go.
I could probably like post her up, and she could probably just kind of like blow by me kind of easy, but it would be a fun thing to see, I guess.
Alaina is averaging over 20 points per game and also leads the state in assists. Her play has earned her a scholarship to Division I Monmouth University in New Jersey.
My AU tournaments, they saw me, and they really just, I guess, loved how I played, so they were really just talking to me a lot, and I don't know, I visited there and I just loved it. It was a beautiful place, and it was just amazing. The program is awesome, and I love the coaches, so it was just really easy for me to go there.
As a sophomore with size and skill, Jaclyn's likely to be a D1 player too. Her sister's experience with the recruiting game should help.
I've seen like what she went through in like colleges, like calling her and like getting her letters, so that could help.
The Jarnots have the talent to be good players in any class and have thought of what it might be like to play for a big school power.
I mean, yeah, because that's like where my teammates played on my AU team, so like sometimes I was wondering like what it would be like, but just like my school here, having like my faith and the academics is really important to me, so that's kind of why I was just like, this has always been my home. I've been going here since preschool, so this has been home.
Maranatha is ranked 3rd in Class A. They've been in the state tournament the past 5 seasons, finishing as runner-up last season and winning titles in 2011 and 2012.
Jarnot to the basket and one.
Alaina was an 8th grader on that 2012 team. The Jarnot sisters think this could be a title contender come March.
We're working really hard to get there. We know that's not just given to us and that we have to work hard for it, and it's not going to be easy, but we're working really hard to get better and continue going to state. Yeah, I feel like we have a good chance. When we all play together, we're really good. We could definitely beat some good teams.
Maranatha ended up placing 2nd in the state tournament, losing to Goodhue in the final. Both Jarnot sisters made the all-tournament team along with teammate Kylie Post.
Following a great season on the football field, Wayzata senior Corrie King was a highly ranked wrestler this winter for the Trojans. Jason Malillo profiled King in January for the Sports Jam Spotlight.
Corrie King has put in a lot of work in the wrestling room over the last 3 years, and right now, he feels better than ever.
I've never felt so comfortable being on the mat, even with tough situations. We just went to Rumble in the Red, a really tough tournament for the Midwest, and we did well as a team. There was a lot of guys. Every match was tough.
King is ranked 5th in the state at 220 pounds, and his confidence on the mat is at an all-time high. King credits second-year head coach Eric Swenson for helping him develop his mental game and raise the expectations for the entire Trojan team.
Mentally, I'm so much tougher. It's crazy. Since Coach Swenson got here, from the moment that he got in the room, summertime meeting him, I was like, this man is crazy. Like, this guy has ideas of what we want to do. What is his problem? He's totally changed every single wrestler in this room by far. I feel a little bad for the guys that hadn't had him yet, because he's the real deal. He's taught us how to wrestle, how to beat ranked guys, how to be confident in yourself, just how to be a complete wrestler.
Prior to wrestling this winter, King starred for the Wayzata football team. After a down season in 2014, the Trojans went 8-3 this fall.
Can't find anyone, and down he goes, back at the 42-yard line. Corrie King with the sack.
Ending that junior year, 42-7 at Rosemount was rough. Like, I've never felt so sick to my stomach, ever. But it felt so good to finally get over that hump against the Cree game. I think I shedded a couple tears. I was like, whoo, we did it. We did it, we're good. But it feels so good, because now these younger guys have a blueprint of what they need to do. It's because we lost it. We definitely lost it. My freshman year, I was like, oh, we're going to state, no worries. I don't got nothing to worry about. Sophomore year, we're going to state, nothing to worry about. I don't got to work hard, what's that? No, it is a grind 24/7, 365, all the time. That's how mentality we have to have if you want to go to state. And so that's what we built, and that's what hopefully that continues on these next few years.
With section wrestling tournaments just over a month away, Corrie King knows how and where he wants his time as a high school wrestler to end. And that's at XL Energy Center, grappling for a state title.
I don't think my mission of wrestling will be complete without me making a stand.
I would be lying to you if I said that we weren't trying to go to state, and I've said to him before, forget going to state. We're talking about placing in state. There's not next year for him. He's a senior.
Well, King finished 4th at the state wrestling tournament at 220 pounds in March. Back in February, Corrie signed a national letter of intent to play football at Division II Winona State beginning in the fall.
And Johnny definitely had a very exciting style out of those quick, hard takedowns.
Fun to watch in football, too. Great defensive player, and good luck to him next year at Winona. Straight ahead, meet one of Maple Grove's all-time greats in girls basketball. It was a good year for talent in the area again in boys and girls basketball. Back in January, we profiled Maple Grove High School senior Mackenzie Barta, a standout on and off the court. Mackenzie Barta is the type of player that coaches refer to as a gym rat. Always working to perfect her game and seemingly always in the gym.
We got to kick her out of the gym sometimes so we can go home to our families. Because she'd sit here and shoot threes and free throws and all day long if we'd let her.
Funny thing is, it wasn't that way at all when Kenzie started playing in elementary school.
I hated it, and I hated going to practice, and I would cry and beg my parents to not make me go. But I guess my love for it just grew, probably once traveling started more. I hated practicing, which is funny because that's one of my favorite things about it now. I'm always in the gym practicing to get better, but that's what I hated the most.
That all changed in traveling and AAU basketball.
It was always just so much fun hanging out with teammates and stuff between games, and then the traveling tournaments you would have. You just have lots of time to hang with your teammates, and we actually won state in 8th grade, which is my favorite memory. So that was super fun. And it was with a lot of the girls that I play with now.
Now an all-conference guard at Maple Grove, Kenzie's long hours in the gym have paid off. She leads the Crimson in scoring and is second in assists, steals, and rebounding.
Strong drive to the basket. Shot missed, and then Barta gets her own rebound, scores, and is fouled.
In 9th grade, we knew that she was special, and she's developed into absolutely the player that we thought she'd be. And so it's just been great. Her leadership's been great, her work ethic's been great. just a special kid.
It's just been awesome. I mean, it's been 4 years now, and I can't imagine my life without it. It's kind of scary to think about our last game of the season. It's going to be really sad because I've been coming here every day since freshman year.
A mentor to the younger players at Maple Grove, Mackenzie had her own role model as a freshman.
Angie Davison was a big one. I remember, so that was my freshman year, she was a senior, and we would go to Lifetime and she would teach me ball handling drills, and I could not do any of them, and she was so good at them, and now I've worked at them, and I'm the good one at them now, and I like teaching other people them, so she was a big one.
When Kenzie was a 9th grader and Angie was a senior, we were doing some things in practice and kind of doing some one-on-one situations, and a lot of kids kind of cowered away from Angie because Angie was such a good player, and Kenzie jumped right in there, and in fact one time took it right at Angie, and they both came up with bloody noses and stuff, and I mean it was a sign of the kind of kid that Kenzie was going to be, that she wasn't going to shy away from competition, and not only that, she wanted to compete against the very best.
Kenzie says she is still learning the game, and that love of learning extends to the classroom too. She's a straight-A student who next year will study and play basketball at Harvard University.
I started talking to Harvard at the end of junior year, I would say, and once they kind of came into the picture, that was my ultimate goal, and I knew I didn't really want to go anywhere else, so after that it was kind of just Harvard.
Mackenzie says her interests are in the science field, with a plan to major in biology and eventually go to medical school, all while trying to play a Division I sport.
It's a lot about time management. I think I do really well with that here, so I think I'm preparing myself even this year for what I'm going to face next year.
Boston is 1,400 miles away, so coming home won't happen a lot next year for Kenzie, but she'll miss her Crimson basketball family.
Especially since I'm going so far away. We're probably not going to be able to see each other much, but when I come home for winter break, I'm very excited to come back and visit Crimson family we have here.
Right now, the Crimson are hitting the home stretch of the regular season, and they're hoping to peak in March and have a shot at playing in the state tournament.
I think we're just hungry to go further in sections than we have the past 3 years. And like I said, this group of seniors won state as 8th graders, and we've always had that in us. Like, we want to win it again at the high school level.
Maple Grove lost to Elk River in the semifinals of the Section 8 4A basketball tournament. For the season, Kenzie averaged 17 points per game and finished her career with 1,205 points, third all-time in Maple Grove history. And best of luck to Kenzie at Harvard.
And she won't have to get rid of the shirts that say Crimson
right,
either.
that's right.
Same name
Yeah.
still will apply in college. Well, next up, we'll meet a ski team where it's all in the family, plus a hockey star when Sports Jam returns. After a runner-up finish in 2015, the Armstrong girls Nordic ski team took aim at a state title this season. 3 sets of sisters were a big part of the team for the Falcons. It's all in the family for the Armstrong girls Nordic ski team. They have 3 sets of sisters among their top 7 skiers on the state team. Senior Hannah and freshman Leah Rudd, junior Dottie and freshman Lucy Anderson, and freshman twins RAINEY and Kate Schipper. Having sisters around is special.
It's been really fun, and then to look up to her as such a good role model and to encourage me, it's been really good.
It's been a lot of fun. I feel like we've all been a lot closer as a team because we can kind of relate having like sisters, like even, I don't know, we can just bond better. We just understand each other more.
It's a lot of fun. I think that it definitely pushes us and gives us some competition in the team because, I mean, no one wants to be beat by their own sister. I mean, she's beaten me a couple times. I mean, it's definitely pushed me to go harder and just try my best.
Yeah, it's definitely a really unique thing. Not a lot of schools have this many sets of sisters on one team, but honestly, I think just having this many sisters makes it really fun, and when we're having fun, we ski fast, so it's a good thing.
The Falcons were state runner-up to Wayzata last season. This year, the teams are in the same section, and Armstrong edged Wayzata to win Section 6.
Oh, it was pretty nerve-wracking after the first race. We knew how close it was, and we knew what we had to do, and we got it done, so that was good.
Armstrong easily won the Northwest Suburban Nordic meet and moved to the #1 spot in the state rankings late in the season. It's not the most publicized sport, but some Armstrong classmates have caught on.
They announce things on the announcements every once in a while, and it's just fun to, whenever we dress up at school, everyone knows like, oh, they have a meet today. So it's fun.
It's kind of an unseen sport. It's not like football or basketball or hockey. Sometimes people will bring it up, but we don't really do it for the publicity, as you know. It's a fun thing to do.
This Thursday, Armstrong's Super Sisters will try to cap off a great season with a state title.
I think we have pretty good chances, but we still have to we still have to stay on top of things and make sure we don't overthink anything. Yeah, we hope so. We're gonna go out there and ski our fastest, and we hope that it'll be a good day for us.
Our girls are very good at hills, and that skiing course at Giants Ridge is very rigorous and hilly, so I think we'll do quite well.
Armstrong did go on to win the state team championship, beating out rival Wayzata for the top spot. All but 2 skiers from the state team lineup will be back next season.
Wayzata's girls hockey team reached the Section 6AA final this winter before falling to Edina in the championship game. Early in the season, Jason Malillo caught up with the Trojans' talented junior, Natalie Heising.
Natalie Heising's talent as a scorer and playmaker is obvious. But Heising's stat line this season doesn't tell the whole story. Heising scraps in the corners, she backchecks, she works up and down the ice. And that all-around effort is what makes Heising such a key player for the Trojans.
For me, I don't care who gets the game-winning goal or who scores or whoever gets the points. If the whole team is contributing, the whole team is working hard, and my part is being the best player that I can be and doing everything I can to help the team, whether that's scoring goals or not. And that's what a lot of our team players try to do.
Nat's the kind of kid that'll go through a brick wall to be successful. She's very driven, very determined. You know, she's the kid every time the whistle blows, she looks at me on the bench trying to get me to put her out on the ice. You know, trying to will me to change the lines. You know, when we're doing drills on ice in practice, she always, you know, be ready to end the drill and blow the whistle. She'll be like, "No, coach, let me go one more time. I want to go. You gotta let me go." And I think she might try to beat me up if I don't let her. So I always let her go. But she's a great kid. She's a great team leader.
Head coach Becky WACKER says top to bottom, this is the best team she's had in her 6 years at the helm. But over the next 2 months, the Trojans will have to play through the buzzsaw of the LEAH Conference. Currently, 4 of the 5 teams in the LEAH are ranked in the top 10. Wayzata also feels it has some unfinished business once the section tournament rolls around. The Trojans have lost in the section final 2 years in a row.
Emma Bigham on the rebound, and Minnetonka goes to state.
We have so many returning players, and we have so much new talent coming up, that I think this year is a great opportunity for us. I mean, we want it so bad that we haven't had it in a very long time, and we want to get to that spot.
The last time and only time a Wayzata girls hockey team made the state tournament was in 2005, when Natalie Heising was 5 years old. She has experienced the emotion of the state tournament as a fan, though. In 2013, Natalie's older brother Chase was a key player for the Wayzata boys and scored the overtime winner in the Trojans' first round game.
I mean, just those games were surreal for me and my brother and for my family, because just, you know, those big moments really kind of bring a lot to hockey and what it's all about. And you can just see how much fun it is and how exciting it is when you score a big goal like that or you win a big game like that. And just wanting to be a part of that is something that I've always wanted and what hockey brings to me, and I'm sure to most players.
Natalie Heising and her teammates know they have the talent to do something special this winter, but really, they're just focusing on continuing to get better every game and every practice. If they do that, they believe good things will happen. Jason Malillo, 12 Sports.
Natalie finished the season with 20 goals and 41 points in 25 games. Though she still has another year of high school hockey, Heising is already verbally committed to play college hockey at Penn State. We have one more story left.
And we go to the college ranks for our final story as we catch up with 3 local women who helped the Gophers to a big hockey season. We'll be right back.
The University of Minnesota women's hockey team enjoyed another banner year. Last month on Sports Jam, we caught up with 3 former high school stars from the area who flourished with the Gophers this season.
Kate Schipper, Kelly Pannek, and Danni Cameranesi grew up as occasional off-season hockey teammates, but definitely high school rivals. Schipper, the junior from Brooklyn Park, played at Breck. Cameranesi and Pannek both grew up in Plymouth. Danni went to Blake. Kelly graduated from Benilde St. Margaret's.
I remember playing against Danni like in the youth boy days, playing squirts, and just those funny little memories, and playing with Chipper and different selects things. And I've known them for a really long time, both of them, so it's fun to be able to play together. I don't think we ever thought that that's how it would be, but we definitely really enjoyed it so far, and hopefully we can keep putting up those same numbers that we have.
Obviously, a rivalry with Breck and Blake was a huge thing when we were younger, but we had actually played on teams in the summers too, so it was a little bit of a friendly rivalry, but it's always great being able to play against great players who kind of increase your own intensity and ability and make you better.
Not only are the three women now teammates, but they're playing on the same line too.
All three of them complement each other really well. Danni and Kate in particular can really get up and down the walls and provide great speed and great pressure, and Kelly Pannek sees the ice so well with some real good finishing ability also.
Me and Danni really like to forecheck and use our speed, and Kelly is the one that's always going to be there to dish the puck and everything. So I think we work really well together, and we also are really able to communicate. Like, we all know to hold each other accountable and like learn from each other, as well as don't be afraid to say something. So I think that's our communication is like what really helps us succeed.
Things just started mixing really well. Me and Kate Schipper play pretty similar. We use our speed, get to the net, and kind of our grinders. And then Kelly Pannek obviously is really smart and sees the ice really well and gets us a puck as we get her the puck too. But everything's just been working really well, and I think we have a lot of good communication, which helps a lot too.
Cameranesi is one of the top players in college women's hockey and leads the Gophers in goals and total points. Schipper's and Paneck's numbers are both up from last season too. It's that kind of progression that coaches love to see.
And all three of them are having breakout years for us this year, and they were all tremendous for us last year, but to see them really elevate their game to where they're at now is really big for our team. I think we have two first lines, and Kelly's line being one of those.
All three players mentioned the big jump in competition from high school to college, and for the most part, that transition went well.
It was definitely a jump in like the game, how the game was played, like the speed of it and everything like that. But I think the transition was a little bit easier because I was not moving away from home like that far. I knew some people on the team already. I'd played with Melitza. She was going to be coming in as a sophomore that year. So I think a lot of the people really helped.
I mean, after that first year, you're playing teams for the first time, second time there, first time away, first time at home. So those are all different games. And this year, knowing that I can play against the Wisconsin girls or play against the North Dakotas or the Bemidjis, the Duluths, all those people, it's just a huge confidence builder. And knowing that you can still have that offensive production is something that I think you learn over time, and that confidence comes year after year.
Cameranesi won 2 state hockey titles at Blake. Schipper won at Breck. And Pannek helped Benilde win 2 girls soccer titles, bringing that winner's mentality to the Gophers.
Success breeds more success, and we want winners on our team, and because that's kind of the expectation here, is to have a great experience, but also to win a lot of hockey games. And it's really hard to teach players that kind of that winning attitude, that winning edge. So if they have it coming out of high school, it's only a benefit to them and to our team.
The Cameranesi Pannek Schipper line gives Minnesota a nice local flavor. This dangerous scoring trio could very well help the Gophers secure a second national championship as well.
We're still peaking, and we're not quite at the top, and we want to be at the top in a few weeks. But just keep working hard, and to win national championship, it takes a little bit of luck on your side, and I think the harder we work, the more luck that we'll have. So just keep playing how we're playing and pushing along and just working hard every shift.
And the Gophers did win their second straight national title on March 20th when they beat Boston College 3-1. Kelly Pannek was one of the goal scorers that day for Minnesota. Danni Cameranesi was honored in late March when she was named second team All-American.
Great to see them having such great careers for the Gophers, too. That will do it for a special edition here of Sports Jam.
There's another great winter sports season. We hope you enjoyed it. Watch for our first spring Sports Jam coming the week of April 18th. We'll see you then.